So I think you're, John, you go there.
Come.
Yep. And then done. Got it.
No, come up here. Come up. It's okay, come up.
Great. We're all good? Well, welcome everyone today to the 31st Australia PNG Ministerial Forum, and it is an absolute pleasure on behalf of Pat, Penny and I to be able to welcome to Canberra this morning the Deputy Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, John Rosso, the Foreign Minister, Justin Tkatchenko, and the Defence Minister, Billy Joseph. Today is a very significant meeting because it comes 2 weeks to the day after our two countries signed an alliance. Today will be the first ministerial forum of new ally partners. And with that in mind, the focus of today's ministerial forum is very much around operationalising the alliance which we have just formed. Today we will be discussing the various elements about how we can move our defence forces more closely together. We will be establishing a task force around the recruitment of Papua New Guinean citizens directly into the Australian Defence Force. That task force will have its first meeting this year, and part of that will see PNG permanent residents in Australia, so who have Australian permanent residency, be able to join the Australian Defence Force from the 1st of January next year. Papua New Guineans with permanent residency in Australia will be able to join the Australian Defence Force from the 1st of January next year. We will be discussing ways in which we can support each other with infrastructure, and today we are announcing a $7.7 million commitment to establish a 200-bed facility at Goldie River Barracks in PNG. This will enable an additional 200 soldiers to be trained each and every year into the PNG Defence Force. We'll also be announcing a $2.2 million commitment to design barracks in Hela, which for the 3rd Brigade of the PNG Army. And again, a very important infrastructure commitment. A key conversation that we've been having for some time now between our two defence forces is how we can work to develop PNG's air wing. And there has been a number of developments that we've done there, which have included Spartan aircraft from Australia rotating through PNG. Currently, we do some training of PNG aircrew, but today we're also announcing that beginning next year we will be training 6 PNG pilots each year to build that air capacity. And in addition to pilots, we will also be providing training to engineers and other aircrew. Today we're announcing as well that we will be providing 3,500 rifles to the PNG Defence Force over the course of the next 4 years. And when we include what the work that we'll be doing in terms of armories and the like, that's a $35 million commitment. So all of these are important steps forward in terms of operationalising the alliance that we have. And to be clear, this builds on a deeply integrated defence relationship that we've built up over the 50 years since PNG became independent. This is the first time that us as a group met after we took office in May of 2022 was in February of 2023, and since then we really feel that we have taken the relationship to the next level. We're very excited about the momentum that exists within the relationship, and we're very excited about what we will be able to do today to take that forward. And with that, I will hand over to the chairs of today's Ministerial Forum, which is Penny and Justin. So, Penny.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well, can I first extend my personal welcome to Deputy Prime Minister Rosso, to Minister Tkatchenko, Minister Joseph, and to the entire Papua New Guinean delegation for this, the 31st meeting of the Australia-PNG Ministerial Forum. We do meet at an historic time. 50 years ago, Gough Whitlam sat next to Sir Michael Somare at the ceremony for Papua New Guinea's independence in Port Moresby, and just last month we saw Prime Minister Albanese stand with Prime Minister Marape to celebrate 50 years of that independence and we have a Puk-Puk Treaty, an alliance partnership, which is second to none. So this is the first forum where we meet as alliance partners. And what I wanted to underscore is what that means. As Prime Minister Marape described it, he talked about this being one big fence securing two houses. And we bring that unprecedented level of strategic trust to every aspect of our relationship. So it is operationalising the alliance in the ways that the Deputy Prime Minister, the Acting Prime Minister, has described. But it is also bringing that level of strategic trust and closeness to development, to economic and infrastructure partnerships, to education partnerships, to the way in which we look at the NRL, to the way in which we look at telecommunications. All aspects of our relationship are defined now and imbued with that character of the alliance, a unique level of strategic trust. Today, we take important further steps in relation to the alliance. And I met with Justin for breakfast this morning, and we talked about the fact that this group of ministers on both sides, we are stewards of this alliance, and what we want to ensure is that over the period we are in these roles, we do elevate the relationship across the board to reflect what the alliance means. I'm sure there will be many things we discuss today. But I can announce a couple of things in addition to what Richard has gone through. I'm pleased to announce a new education and skills package worth over 150 million Australian dollars to support Papua New Guinea's productivity, economic growth and human development. This delivers on our commitment to increase education spending to 100 million per year under our development partnership plan. I'm also pleased to announce a $25 million humanitarian and disaster relief package to build capacity within PNG's disaster monitoring and response, which Minister Conroy can speak to in more detail. I'm very pleased to have the opportunity with my friend and brother Justin Tkatchenko to chair the forum today. It's certainly one of the many great honours of being Australia's Foreign Minister, and I look forward to the discussions, and I thank Papua New Guinea ministers for coming to Australia for this forum. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you. It is an honour for our delegation to be here for this fourth, under our government, fourth ministerial forum that has been co-chaired and now chaired as well by Honourable Penny Wong. It's no mistake why we're here. We have now taken our relationship with Australia to the next level, especially as an alliance together. And with that, as Minister Penny Wong said, Wampla Banis, Tupla House, different backyards. So we are together in more ways than one. And today we will discuss and come to conclusion some outstanding issues, from visas to implementation of our current programs, projects that have been going on for many years through defence, education, health, technology, communications, and of course defence. And we look forward to those outcomes. We are there in partnership. We're working together as one for the benefit of both countries now and into the future. So the Ministerial Forum will put a lot of emphasis on implementation, getting the job done, making things happen, and implementing what we set out to achieve. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tkatchenko. And to pick up where the Foreign Minister left off, our peace and stability is entwined. Only 4 kilometres separates the two nations. You could swim there if you weren't worried about crocodiles, which you should be. delivering on the spirit of the treaty is something that both sides are committed to. So as Foreign Minister Wong talked about the $25 million investment in the humanitarian disaster relief packages, that includes additional new humanitarian warehouses for PNG to deal with natural disasters. It involves a new twinning partnership between Australia's National Emergency Management Agency and the PNG National Disaster Centre to enhance capacity building. But peace and stability goes beyond responding to natural disasters. Fulfilling the concrete commitments around the treaty also involve equipping the PNG Defence Force. So in addition to what the Acting Prime Minister has outlined, we will be providing 4,500 uniforms to the PNG Defence Force. Importantly, these uniforms will be to exactly the same standards as the ADF's uniforms, exactly the same qualities in terms of signature management and quality. The only difference will be that they will be manufactured with a PNG defence pattern on them. But security goes beyond physical security, it goes to economic security. And that's why the economic relationship is so important, and that will be discussed today as well. Australia is the largest trade and investment partner for PNG, and it's a position that we're privileged to have. And a key part of that economic partnership is support for the PNG team to enter the National Rugby League, to enter the premier competition of the greatest game of all. And I welcome, on behalf of the Australian Government, I had to get that in there, and I welcome on behalf of the Australian Government the naming of the new PNG team as the Chiefs. I think it's a superb name, and it's a result of a great competition run by Prime Minister Marape, and I can't wait to see them getting on the field in 2028, and they'll soon dominate the competition. So thank you very much, and I'll hand over to Defence Minister Joseph.
Right. Thank you. I was here when the treaty was signed, and Prime Minister Albanese said, from the newest of allies, PNG in Australia, closest neighbours, friends, and to the newest allies. I would like to take this time to really appreciate the two teams from both PNGDF and PNG in Australia, who have worked very hard. In less than 12 months, the negotiation for the PNG-Australia Mutual Defence Treaty. Both parliaments, there's a process that's going through to have it ratified, but the relationship that we have built over time, from the time of the days when we had the war in 1942 up to now, PNG and Australia have grown from strength to strength. The relationship has been really good, and from the PNG side, I've been very happy with the leadership, and we look forward to the implementation of the Defence Treaty. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, acknowledge Acting Prime Minister Marles, Pat Conroy, and Penny Wong, all good friends. And good to see you guys again here on our annual ministerial forum between both countries. It's the 31st ministerial forum, and I think the third one I've been involved in since 2023, and it's moved from step to step. It's a normal annual meeting that we're here for the ministerial forum. But whilst we concentrate on the treaty, I think this is more than just a treaty. It's the relationship between Australia and Papua New Guinea that's been ongoing for 50 years. Australia has been working side by side with us. Not only the treaty, we're also looking at Australian assistance that helped us with our infrastructure, our internal security, and a range and a host of other things. So whilst we look at the treaty, I think it's just a relationship that's been strengthened, and the treaty was inevitable, and it just becomes another part of the relationship that is between both countries. We both sit as neighbours, we sit conjoined together. We also have a strong relationship from the past, and the treaty is another step in that relationship, strengthening it between both countries. So I'm quite satisfied with it. I look forward to the various announcements. I say thank you to that. And the NRL, as Pat said, NRL is a great achievement. It'll make and strengthen the relationships between both countries. Tourism going to Papua New Guinea and vice versa coming to Australia. Rugby team, sports, which is the underlying essence of both countries. We love our rugby league, similar to Australians, and I think it'll strengthen the people-to-people relationships between both countries. And I look forward to further discussions on all these subjects between both countries at this ministerial forum. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, DPM. If I could ask both DPMs, annually Australia has been loaning Papua New Guinea something like 1.5 billion kina as budget support. That's gone on for the past 5 years, I believe. Are we looking at a sixth loan this year for your budget, and is that sort of becoming now sort of institutionalised in terms of the relationship as a regular thing? And if I could ask Dr. Joseph, guns, uniforms, planes potentially for the PNG Defence Force. Could you tell us what sort of aircraft you'd like? And you've had some issues paying for your catering recently for your troops. Is that another of the costs that you'd like Australia to contribute to? Thank you.
Well, perhaps to start with on budget support. I mean, actually, in the history of our two countries since independence, there's been various points along the way where there has been budget support provided by the Australian government to PNG, as you're aware. I mean, we will talk about this in the context of the ministerial forum that we have later this afternoon. We're not making an announcement now in respect of that, but we want to be the best partner that we can be to PNG, and however that is most practically done is how we will do it, and we will talk about all of the ways in which that can be done, including this in this afternoon's meeting.
Thank you. As allies, PNG want to be an important partner to Australia, and building defence capability is something that we really wanted, and that's in Article 5 of the Defence Treaty. And so whatever shape or form it may be, as long as it builds defence capability, including air capability, like you said, we would appreciate and will work together with our Australian counterparts, especially DPM Marles, to work on that. And our two teams, defence teams, have been working very closely on what would be the choice or the capability in details, whether that be in aviation or in the naval, as well as in the army, so including the guns that you mentioned. We will work on that as we go through. With the catering, I think that has been part of our defence budgets. We've managed that from time to time, and that's not something that we would be expecting Australia or somebody else to pay for us. It's part of our budget, and we do that every year.
If I may add on, with the capability and stuff on that, you should look further at that. It's more to do with training, enhancing capability and training. And the good thing that happens is that previously, after 1975, we had a capable air squadron, and now we're looking at the relationship, building up the air squadron again. It's to enhance rural capacity delivery, agriculture, produce, that sort of infrastructure building, and training pilots that further on they move on to our national airline, and it helps enhance our national airline by providing good training for pilots. So that is the basis of some of these things, that the development aspects will look forward to engineers, pilots and that sort of thing being trained through the military, and later on moving towards our national airlines and enhancing the civilian capacity of our national airline.
Thanks, Deputy Prime Minister. Can I ask the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister Joseph as well? Obviously, both Defence Forces have stated that they wish to grow quite substantially. Prime Minister Marape has said that up to 10,000 PNG citizens would be able to join the ADF over time. Can I ask, how are both Defence Forces going to grow, and how does Australia ensure, as part of this arrangement, that it simply doesn't poach the qualified people that PNGDF needs in order to grow? How can both forces grow simultaneously? And while I've got the call, if I could ask DPM Rosso, you were in China recently, I believe, sir. I gather the Pukpuk Treaty was one of the things that was discussed. China's embassy before the signing was quite critical of the treaty, or at the least raised questions and reservations. Did the Chinese side raise any reservations with you during your visit, and have they expressed any concerns to you? Thank you.
Well, perhaps to start with the issue of recruitment, we see recruitment of Papua New Guineans into the Australian Defence Force as a real opportunity, actually, for the ADF. And I know that this is a matter that I've discussed with both John and with Billy, and from the PNG side, there seems to be a sense that there's a real opportunity here in terms of providing opportunities for the younger generation in PNG. But you ask a really good question, and as we started talking about it, making sure that this is a program that works for both PNG and Australia, and in terms of PNG's capability, military capability as well, is really critical. As we have discussed this, at the heart of the answer to that is training. This will work if we are investing in the training of people before they enter the Defence Forces, and obviously all the training that comes once you do enter the Defence Forces. So central to our thinking about how we make this work is actually investing in training capabilities in PNG, because we're talking about recruiting directly from PNG, to enable people to be in a place of readiness to join the Australian Defence Force, and that sort of training also provides opportunities to ready people to join the PNG Defence Force. And that is and how we execute that, and we've obviously got quite a few ideas about how to execute that, that is very much the subject of the work of the task force that we've announcing the establishment of today. And as I say, they will have their first meeting this year. We share the ambitions that Prime Minister Marape has articulated. I mean, it'll take time to get there, but we actually do think that in time and at scale, that's what this program can do for the ADF. But at the heart of the answer to your question, which is a really good one, is making sure that we build that pre-enrolment training capability in PNG.
As you pointed out, the training and enhancement, you should look at it a different picture also. Whilst there's 10,000 Papua New Guineans going to be serving with the Australian forces, on our side, whilst we do that, it also enhances training. One, it also, you look at the Fijian UK sort of relationship, the money that's remitted back to the country of host, and that helps build up the country's development capacity, also enhances. It's not just infantrymen. We're training medics, we're training signals people, we're training other people in different aspects, and that comes back to boost our country and build up the capacity of our people to help Papua New Guinea move further forward. So it's a win-win on both sides. It enhances capability, enhances training, and gives our young people jobs, and brings back Forex and other things like that back into the nation, helping back in building capacity back home in Papua New Guinea. When you pointed out with the China thing, it's not really an issue. Yes, we did discuss it. They raised it, but we've clearly outlined, and they respect our sovereignty. China's always been a big partner of ours too, similar to Australia. They've been a great partner, and we have a relationship with them with trade, investment, and that has grown and strengthened from strength to strength. So it doesn't in any way impeach on our sovereignty and on our decisions that we've made with the treaty with Australia. And the treaty with Australia, we've explained the relationship that we've had with Australia, the traditional relationships, and China respects that. And they're quite happy with the explanations and discussions. So it's okay.
Internally, we PNGDF has a plan to have up to 10,000 soldiers, 7,000 active force, and 3,000 reserve force. And so the Papua New Guineans who are coming to serve through the program to join ADF will never be part of PNGDF. They will be members of the ADF. So there will be no poaching going on from PNGDF, and PNGDF will maintain its sovereignty and constitutional obligations under Section 202 of our Constitution. Therefore, it is not confused in that those joining ADF will be members of PNGDF. There will be just ordinary Papua New Guineans who will come and join ADF.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's,
Yep.